Ambassador Nathan Sales here, former ambassador at large, coordinator for counterterrorism, now with the Atlantic Council. Good to see you, sir. We appreciate it. There's an old saying, better late than never. Is it too late to confront China on this stuff?
It's never too late to confront China. Look, they have been upping their game for years and years. They've been relying on the United States to keep doing business as usual, which is invest as much as we can in China, encourage them to invest here, allow their students to come to our top research universities.
It feels like we're waking up.
We're waking up. We woke up 4 years ago in the Trump administration, but we're still shaking off too much sleep. This spy balloon that flew over our territory last weekend and this week, was it too late? Was it too late to shoot it down? I don't know why we waited until it got all the way across our country, vacuuming up intelligence information.
To be fair, you've been positive, if you will, complimentary of the Biden administration's handling of Ukraine. Last year at this time, almost exactly the same, 6-7 days after the Ukraine war, President Biden comes to give his State of the Union address. He got high marks on it. Is he missing an opportunity to not come and do the first 10 minutes on the threat to America as China and the security of our union revolves around confronting China? We must come together to do that.
He absolutely should. And
why isn't he?
This spy balloon episode is useful because we've been talking about Ukraine and Russia for the past year, but this is a very helpful reminder that the principal threat we face right now is the Chinese Communist Party. They're trying to match us militarily. They're trying to match us technologically, trying to match us economically. We've never faced an adversary that is capable of confronting us across so many different domains. And I'll tell you what, the president will find Congress unified behind him if he delivers a strong message that America needs to stand up for our values and stand up for our interests and really lead the free world in confronting the menace that the CCP poses to us.
Congress, interestingly enough, is both united and more hawkish on both sides of the aisle on the Chinese issue than the president has been. The pictures we have up right now is from them in Bali, Indonesia, at the G20 summit back in November. That was supposed to be the beginning of the reset between China and the United States. Secretary Blinken was supposed to be over in China this weekend. And you can imagine the White House was hoping to announce a little bit of a détente with the Chinese. We have brought them to heel, and now we're going to have a new type of relationship with them. The president can't do that anymore. What can he do?
Well, he can learn from history, and history teaches us very clearly that when you try to push a reset button with an authoritarian, it doesn't work. It backfires. Right? The Obama administration tried that famously with Vladimir Putin. Look where it got us. We tried détente with the Soviet Union in the 1970s. All it got us was the Soviet Union sweeping into Afghanistan, propping up communist dictatorships in Central and South America. We can't negotiate. We can't engage in diplomacy with authoritarians from a position of weakness. We can't go to them with our hat in our hands, begging them, please like us. What we need to do is stand up strongly and forthrightly for our values and interests.
I got 30 seconds, but I wanted to get this in. Saturday, February 4th, immediately after taking action to down the PRC balloon, the DoD submitted a request for a secure call between Secretary Austin and the PRC Minister of National Defense. We believe in the importance of maintaining open lines of communication. Unfortunately, the PRC has declined our request. Our commitment to open lines of communication will continue. This was a balloon. This starts with shooting the balloon down. It does not end there, does it?
No, it doesn't. And I think the fact that the Chinese are not even willing to take the call shows that they are not serious about having a dialogue among equals. What they want is to dominate the world, the region, and the United States. They want to knock us off our pedestal. And so for them to spy on us as brazenly as they have and then refuse to even have a conversation about it shows that they are operating in profound bad faith.
Well, and shows that they've gotten away with it up until this point. Ambassador, it's good to see you in person. Thank you. A braver man than I without an overcoat on up here.
This is nothing. I'm from Ohio.
On a chilly night in Washington, we can hear some of the sirens as a few of the motorcades come down to Capitol Hill. President Trump actually plans his own, in his words, rapid response to tonight's State of the Union. Few aside from his diehard supporters will care how tonight will reveal the Republicans who could actually win in 2024. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.